The real pursuit of happiness has always been the pursuit of nature. Whilst it is that nature is desired of the natural being in all regards, the pursuit of happiness is the natural being finding their nature, fulfilling their nature, and living their nature equally so. For if you were to imagine life without nature, there'd be no life, because equally so, life is nature. Life and liberty is always mentioned among the pursuit of happiness, because these three all coincide with one another. However, liberty requires self-ownership, and thus property enters the equation. If we then ask ourselves what is required of understanding ownership or property, it is to understand what is right, so to know of what you have the right to. Of course, you'd have the right to your own property, your own life, your own liberty. But the pursuit of happiness? Well, would you be happy if someone told you to do something you don't want to do with your own life or liberty? There are many people with life and liberty who aren't happy. Why is this? See, it is that rights must be exercised. People complain about freedoms, yet do they consider the fact it is natural to our condition of self-ownership, and it is a right that must be exercised. So, what is a right, and what is exercise? A right is an action that doesn't violate nature, or it may be said as that which constitutes your nature. Therefore, it is truth, reality, and the honest. It is self-evident as the evidence is found within the self. By this logic, all rights are property rights. You are responsible for your actions and equally so, what you own. If you aren't responsible, if you aren't able to respond, if you can give no response, are you exercising? If you just follow orders, are you really giving a response? Are you exercising? To exercise is to challenge, to grow, and strengthen, to practice. Therefore, when freedom is challenged, it is your challenge to maintain or strengthen it, to practice it, to show it in action, being responsive. If you have your own rights, can others exercise it for you? In other words, can others exercise for you? So it is, only you can truly free yourself or practice self-ownership. If you want to be happy, do you rely on others? Do you wait around to be happy? Does your pursuit not imply practice? Do you let others practice whilst maintaining your own? If you are in fear, afraid of breaking any form of slavery, are you exercising? What is the worst form of slavery, if not death, the total inability to be of life and liberty? Does this sound like happiness? It is clear you cannot breathe for me. I cannot breathe for you. Our nature dictates what is right and wrong because it is equivalent to that of correct and incorrect. What do you think happens when we continuously follow the path of wrong? What happens if all of society does so? Why would all of society do so? Do you think we are happy? And how do we feel when we are working with nature and nature works with us? Would you not like to breathe? Would you not like to sleep? How much could you change of nature with your mere opinion or whim? You can't change the truth, you thus can't change what's right and wrong. Otherwise, chattel slavery would still persist in the aggregate today. If we do not move forward with what we know to be right, we will never evolve, and the pursuit of happiness will never come to be. The exact opposite will be the case, as because humanity is willing to excuse evil done in the name of authority, man-made rights, man-made law. Man cannot become nature. Man cannot dictate nature. Man must never rule over man with an imagined right. Man must realize that man is not the answer. Nature is the answer. Truth is authority.